Hmm.
It's like I'm taking pretty much the same, just a couple hooks off, but then you gotta worry about um, managing, making sure that, like, okay, like, where is there space for this, and then trying to fit everything.
Yeah.
It's so fucking painful. Like, I just hate it. Never
Gosh,
since.
whenever you said making space for this, oh gosh, what that reminds me of? That reminds me of the multiple shelves and things like that that I've had to build for my father to be able to put like my game stuff and replace my entertainment stand slash drawer or whatnot. Uh, we had to build so much stuff. Well, not really. I mean, whenever you look at it, it's only 3 items, but the amount of parts that it took, and the amount of cuts and measurements and stuff like that we had to do, and even then, some of the stuff still wasn't exactly right, but it's right enough. It's not like it's gonna fall apart anytime soon, unlike the stuff you buy from IKEA. Um, Gosh, it's like running out of space. Well, I can already tell you, I put up a shelf that covers up like a. Let me see if I could divide the wall into, I guess, thirds. It takes up basically 2/3 of the wall right now, and I've already managed to fill it up with everything almost. I mean, there's still
Hmm.
some slots that I can put some games in that I have taken down, played, or taken with me on recent trips and stuff like that. But outside of that, I almost have no space up there, and I'm starting to run out of space everywhere else. And I've just got like this gigantic 2 piles of games that I'm looking at on my desk right now that I've just got stacked up, and it's like stuff that I bought whenever the 360 store was closing down. Me and my old man went and, um, bought up the, well, didn't buy up, but we found stuff that we knew we were gonna play or like and stuff like that, and picked it up so that we didn't have to worry about it before the stuff jumped up in price since the store's closing and everything like that. So all sorts of stuff's just piled over there. Ugh.
Hmm.
And I still got a bunch of uh, shit laying around for a console, older console, whatnot, that I spent like $300 something on to get from Japan, because that was the only way I was going to be able to get it. Otherwise, I'd be paying like 1,000 or 1,000 or plus, 1,000 plus or whatnot for just one of those consoles over here in the States in working order. And mine was working. It read the first disc, and then after that, it didn't read any more discs. Even the first disc, we put it back in, and it still just stopped reading. It
Huh.
just didn't read anymore, and I was like, no, I just spent $300 on this, and I just witnessed it die. But to be honest, I was kind of expecting something like that to happen. But as far as I'm
Hmm.
aware, the actual system itself should be in, decent condition. It's not tore up or anything like that. It's just a little brown or whatnot because of
Yeah.
age. But I've got a bunch of mod shit to. The system has a floppy drive and also a CD drive. And I've got mods to replace the floppy drive with the floppy drive emulator, and also a mod to replace the CD with a CD drive emulator. So,
Alright.
but I haven't put either one of them in, and now they're just sitting out here gathering dust on my desk or whatnot. It's like,
Hmm.
I keep telling myself, yes, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. This weekend doesn't happen. We're gonna do it next week. It doesn't happen. And you know what happened today? I actually ended up picking up 2 shifts, but it was luckily managed to get lucky and get 2 of the easy positions from like 9:45 till like 6. So that was basically free money, if you will.
Yeah.
Because all I did was basically sit around and talk to some of the other people that I was working with. I mean, of course, there was occasionally a kid that would go down. For the most part, it was a pretty ezy day. No complaints or anything
A
like
kid
that.
that would go down.
Yeah, every now and then there was a kid that would go down. Yeah.
Pretty easy day. Just every now and then, a kid almost dies, but it's
Well, I never let that happen.
just out of curiosity, like,
Hmm?
what would happen if, like, someone were to actually like, drown and die in the pool on your watch?
Oh God. Okay. So to start, obviously, you fucked up real bad if you let that happen. You would have had to have literally have not been looking at all. Like you would have had to have been staring at the damn fence, looking at the road on the other side, on the other side of the pool, to be able to
Uh-huh.
avoid something like that. Or you just simply didn't care, or just so spaced out you weren't even looking anywhere. You're just looking up at the sky or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because it's pretty. You after you've been working there for a little bit, and after they train you and everything like that. It's pretty audible, whenever someone's having trouble and you need to go over there. But so one, you fucked up really badly.
Yeah.
Two,
Like,
if someone actually
unbelievably, like, how the fuck did you manage?
Yeah, really.
Almost impressive that you couldn't fucking tell that someone was.
And to top that off, we're all supposed to kind of work together as a team and watch each other's backs, because sometimes some people get tired and stuff like that, and or they may not notice something, or maybe they're looking in a different section of their zone, because we split it up into zones or whatnot. But if no one else can help you in that time period as well, then that's like a major fuck up. It's one thing whenever someone else has to save your mistake, and then they're kind of pissed about it, which I get. But so technically there's not really a way possibly for the person to drown unless everyone seriously fucks up, which is not really that likely, especially since we got a supervisor that occasionally goes out and makes their rounds around us, and asks us if we need water or anything like that, or if we need to go and use the bathroom and things like that, and they'll take our place while we're in the middle of doing our business. But everyone have to seriously fuck it up for that to happen. Really. So if that does happen, then you've got you're supposed to be, you get paid for this job. You're supposed to be, you're certified. You're supposed to be able to do your job. So you're in deep shit for that. They're going to get you on that. And then that also gives the victims, like relatives and extended family and whatnot, parents, guardians or whatnot, that allows them to have a reason to sue you. Go figure, because you didn't do your job, and that's a violation of your trust or whatever it is. I can't quite remember, but it's a violation of the law. You fucked up really badly if you let someone die like that.
I would assume. I guess where I'm going with this is like, okay, I would assume that you get sued. I would assume that you, of course, you obviously get fired.
Oh yeah.
You get your certification stripped. I would imagine.
Oh yeah.
I guess the one thing that I was curious about is like, would you be like tossed in jail? Like, would it be almost count as like a murder, or
you might get charged with like was it negligence or something like that? Which I guess, and depending on how they word the things or how they go about in court, then you could be probably charged with certain things
like
that
third degree murder or something like that.
or something like that. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it's to a lesser extent. Obviously you didn't go out there and literally drown them. If you did, then wow, you've seriously got a fucking problem there on your hands. Because everyone witnessed you fucking kill someone in the middle of the pool.
That is first degree murder.
But I mean, I assume it'd just be like, okay, for sure they can charge you with neglect, because clearly that's you're not doing your duty, what you're getting paid for and everything like that, what you're certified for. So there's that. And then of course, how lawyers are in terms of if it's in their interest to win the case, then they'll go ahead and, make up whatever bullshit they need to in order to be able to get extra charges pressed on top of that, And with regards to, I know for sure negligence would be one of them, because that's the most obvious, but I can't think of, whether or not it be first, second, or third degree, attempted murder.
Well, I would
It wouldn't be attempted
imagine
murder. It'd
that
be
it
murder
would
or something like that.
be.
Or something. I don't know.
I would imagine it'd be third degree because I'm pretty sure how it goes is third degree is like a complete like you completely accidentally kill someone. Like it was
Right.
non-intentional. Like you killed someone. It was your fault, but it was non-intentional, completely accidental.
Right.
Second degree is you meant to kill someone, but it was not premeditated. It was like on the spot, like someone pissed you off, and you're like, okay, I'm fucking killing this
Right.
person.
And then first degree is you had the intent to kill them from the
like,
beginning. Yeah.
Like you had a plan, you knew what you were gonna do, and you acted it out, and you killed someone.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure that's
right.
the three rankings. So it'd be third degree if you were the cause of someone's death and you didn't mean for it to happen. I just don't know because like sometimes it's weird because when it's something like that falls under your job title, then I feel like they may not charge you with third degree murder, but maybe like they may have some sort of effect on the business itself. That
for sure. Okay, for sure. One thing I can tell you is that the the corporation or whatnot would be sued. The people that run our pools or whatnot, that corporation would be sued because that's we're tied to the corporation by employment, and therefore everything that we screw up on means then our employer, the corporation, also screws up on. So
yeah. Well, see, that's
really
exactly that's kind of like my biggest question. Or like, that's kind of what I was getting into with the whole conversation. It's like, what would happen to you? Because it's weird.
It'd be like two different. It'd be like two different cases. First, there'd be like you, and then there'd be the company's case where the company hired you, trained you, and everything like that, and then did they do anything wrong? So it's like, and stuff like that.
Did the company fuck up in your training
or something?
And I feel like there would have to be some sort of overlap in that case because I feel like if it was found to be the case where like the company did not train you properly and put you on the job, then I feel like in your case, like your lawsuit, I feel like that should be like some evidence brought forward.
Yeah, that would be something to defend yourself with and kind of throw your employer under the bus. Yeah, but that wouldn't be the case in my situation if I ever got into a situation like that.
Oh yeah, well you're properly trained and everything.
Yeah. Worst case, I mean, well, probably what I see more than likely happening is like something. Okay, like the corporation, the stuff that they provide us, like life jackets, the tubes, or what is it? What else? Some of the other stuff like the what I mean, various like tools or I don't know, probably not pool noodles or anything like that, but for sure at least the our gear like the fanny pouch and the Big Easy that they gave us, the tube and some. I guess that's about it. Well, maybe there's a few other things, but I just can't think of them right now. But
any like buoys or anything, like the circular floaty things that you...
We do have one of those. I mean, it's simple enough to use it. We think it works. We haven't really used. I don't recall the last time we used it.
Huh.
It sits there. It sits out there in the outdoor stand. But most times we just jump in with our the lifeguard tubes that you typically see with most lifeguards.
Like the red ones.
Yeah.
Just long, whatever, that you wrap around a person's arms. Yeah.
But like in terms of, if something did happen, but it wasn't my fault, it was my employer's, lack of whatever. That would be like, okay, we've asked our employer to get us new tubes or whatnot because our tubes are breaking down, which is partially true, but we still have some pretty good tubes up there, and the ones that have started to break down a little bit, because they're all foam or whatnot. we have like these little slip covers that have been going over them that keep them together, so it's not been too bad. We've got solutions to it, but in the case that, you know, they didn't do that or whatnot, or if they were all really busted, then that would be on the employer, because the employer is not giving us appropriate equipment. And if we, you know, and you know, if we try telling them, hey, this isn't right, we can't do our job like this with two halves of one big tube, you know, we can't save someone like that.
Yeah.
You know, you need to get us new tubes, and they don't do anything about it, then that's more so on them. You know, in that case.
Yeah. Well,
which again, it's very unlikely someone dies, because you could still pull someone out of the water even without the, you know, the tube if you really had to. But, gosh, there's a lot of things, because, like, with regards to rescues, sometimes, most of the time, we just have our, active, you know, drowning victim or whatnot, you know, where the person's still conscious, they're just, you know, flailing about and, you know, panicking in the water because they're literally drowning. The unconscious people or whatnot, that's a little bit of a different story. Most times that'd be like someone passing out or whatnot. Or if it really was bad enough, someone letting someone actually start to drown, literally, you know, not just flailing about, but literally start to, you know, fall into the water. Then that's whenever it's, you know, an unconscious, you know, drowned victim. And we've got, you know, on the surface or under the water, you know, deep water and stuff like that. And we've had to practice rescues for that. What else? And then there's like Rapid X, which is where we use the backboard and stuff like that to get them out after we rescue them out of the water. That's mostly for unconscious folks. Now, the one that I guess would be for more conscious folks would be like the spinal extraction, where you're supposed to do modified rescue, so that way you move their head as little as possible, or not at all. You know, the goal is to not move it at all, because you think that they have a spinal injury, and you don't want to move it and then, you know, literally kill them. You know.
Yeah.
So
kill them or permanently paralyze them.
Yeah, or something like that. And so, you know, you've got to do a modified rescue for that, which you still have to use the backboard, but once you get them on the backboard, the person who's holding the backboard has to take those foam pads. I don't know if you see them or anything like that, but there's these foam pads that are used at behind where the person's head would go on the backboard. It's got the, not styrofoam, what is it, Velcro or whatnot. We've got a Velcro base there, so we put the person's head on that Velcro base, and then we take those two foam, what would you call them? Like foam head setters or whatnot, you know, to set the head. We put them on either side of the head, and then we strap their forehead with another Velcro thing across both of the forehead and both of the foam head holders or whatnot. And then we just push them out of the pool or whatnot on the board. And then after that, we do our normal, you know, CPR routine or whatnot, or this or that, you know, if they've got some other issues and things like that. So, oh gosh. But yeah, you know, funny you asked that, because I haven't really had anyone ask me that before. I mean, occasionally it kind of creeps up in my mind, but it's like, best not to think about it, you know.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, it's not a situation
anybody necessarily wants to be in.
You want to think about, and one that probably never happen.
Hopefully not.
Yeah,
but I did see.
Hope it doesn't.
I've seen a few instances where it's like, if other people weren't watching, this might have gone bad really quickly.
That's fair. Yeah. Like, for you or like just someone else?
Like for everyone, you know, if like there was this one like last summer I was working, right, and I wasn't even on like the slide dispatch, and this was happening in the slide area. I was, you know, patrolling the area next to the slide area on the outdoor pool, and these two kids slide down, right? And they slide down at the same time, and guess what? Both of them end up having, you know, end up having trouble and literally are, you know, become an active drowning victim or whatnot. And then, once that happens, I'm having to yell at one of the people who's on slide dispatch, you know, saying, hey man, there's someone, you know, there's someone, get that person over there and I'll get this person over here or whatnot. And it wasn't even my zone, so I mean, you know. And then after we managed to get him on our tubes, we're sitting there trying to yell at this other guy who's sitting on the outdoor stand on the deeper end or whatnot. We're trying to get his attention. We're like, hey man, go ahead and call, you know, the head guard or something over, you know, our supervisor, because, you know, we've got two people who had a little bit of, you know, trouble. This might need to be reported an incident report or something like that. You know, we were trying to get some assistance for something. I can't quite remember what, but he just sat there and was looking at us like, "Oh, you guys, you know, you guys actually saved someone." That's not in my zone. It's not my problem. You know, I shouldn't have to help you guys or whatnot. It's like, oh wow, what an asshole you are. And so,
how big of a pool is it to have like?
But admittedly, he was like on his like what was it? He already put in his 2 weeks, and that was like the end of his 2 weeks, and he was kind of an ass to everyone towards the end of his 2 weeks. So yeah.
Dude, that's what I fucking hate is like, oh, you put in your 2 weeks, but so it's like, but you're still on the fucking job during those 2 weeks. It's like, there should be no difference in how you normally perform the job.
Maybe on your way out or something, if you want to give everyone the finger, go ahead, but don't screw everyone over while they're working.
On your last day, when you know, clock out, your shift's done, and do fucking whatever. That's a fuck you, but as long as you're on the clock, working no matter what time it's your first day, last day, fucking...
Well, your first day and your last day might be on the same day.
Yeah, pretty fucking much. Especially if on your first day you have someone die on your watch.
Oh gosh. Well, at least I'm not like one of our supervisors, which me and him are pretty cool. But he was telling me that one of the other Saturdays or whatnot that I wasn't working, that he ended up going to, what was it, the pump room or whatnot for the pools, and finding out that the pump room had exploded. And it was sitting there, and it had been sitting there probably for a bit, and, you know, like that, and it started to, you know, generate a bunch of noxious fumes and shit inside that room, and it had just been sitting there waiting for someone to open it. And unfortunately, he ended up opening it, and he was telling me that he was having a hard time, you know, breathing. He had to actually step outside and, you know, take a breather because it, you know, just hit him right in the face. And he was telling me, you know, his lungs were burning and stuff like that. I was like, oh shit, you're kidding me. And that's just from him opening the door. As soon as he, you know, opened that door and took a breath or whatnot, it was over. You know,
damn.
Just he was you know, he was telling me he was bowled over, coughing and crap like that, and it's like, oh gosh, glad I wasn't there. But he also says that anytime there's something something bad happening or whatnot, like I remember one of the summers we had someone steal something from the locker room. And you know what's funny? We had that happen again, today's Saturday, so, yesterday. Just yesterday, someone had their stuff stolen again. Someone had something stolen again. So. It's not like it's an everyday occurrence, but it seems to be like a annual summer occurrence, if you know what I mean. You know, it's like every now and then it just happens, and it's like, oh. But apparently someone just straight up busted the lock off the locker and, you know, took the stuff inside, took the guys, you know, like credit card, stuff like that. It's like, oh wow. and they'd already started using it by the time that we'd heard something about it. It's like, oh gosh, that's. But yeah, it's funny how that ended up happening again, because at the beginning of the summer, we were, me and somebody else was talking to our facilities big boss or whatnot, the guy who's over everything, and we were all sitting there talking about, everyone's got, a bad feeling about this summer, like something bad's gonna happen, like, something really bad's gonna happen. And our big boss is sitting there, saying, yeah, I just feel the same way. It's like, you can't be doing that to us, man. You're supposed to, lie. You're supposed to lie to us. You can't be honest with us, You're demoralizing us. I don't want to work anymore. I don't know if you have anything like that where, you're talking to your boss or anything like that, and the boss says, this doesn't feel like it's going to be a good month or a good week or something like that, and then, Chad, are you still good?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no,
I kind of stopped watching.
sorry, a little bit tired.
Oh, no, you're good.
Yeah, honestly, I'm just happy that in my job, I pretty much don't have to really deal with anyone in terms of that. Like, I pretty much can do my job with zero communication whatsoever if I really want to. Which beats what I probably would have been doing if not at my job. I'd probably be like some supermarket like Target or whatever, being like a fucking one of those greeting people who, are sitting there when you first walk into the store, be like, hey, how are you? You having a good day? Or like,
Yeah,
oh,
right.
hey, like, welcome to Target. Welcome to Meijer. Welcome to Walmart. It's like, leave me alone. No, I'm not here to fucking be social. I'm here to get my shit and leave.
Yeah, I hear that.
So I'd be that guy that everyone fucking be thinking that too. So yeah, I'm very happy that I didn't have to do that shit.
To be honest, I'd have to say if the people up there that I have to work with start, I know people are going to move on and stuff like that because it's not necessarily a permanent job. I mean, you could make it into one if you really wanted to, like some people have, but um, most people are wanting to go into other fields outside of being, like an aquatics director or whatnot, right? But if a lot of the people that I'm currently working with get, start shifting out with other people that aren't as agreeable to work with, then I don't know if I could keep managing to be up there. Because to be frank, some of the things that have happened as of late have kind of, I would say before it royally pissed me off, but now it's more like I don't want this to happen again because I don't like having to get kicked off a slide dispatch for, something else. Which, the second time, that was a misunderstanding, and I was just completely thrown off by everything that was happening that day because there's like 3 different things that happened. Like 2 people didn't show up or wasn't going to show up or something like that, and then I ended up getting totally confused with that and ended up getting kind of screwed over in the end. But what else? But the first go around, someone didn't plan for another guard to be with us, so that way, you know, all the guards could at least get to the break station or whatnot, right? And lo and behold, guess who had to be pulled off a slide dispatch to go out there and be that extra guard? Can you try and guess?
2, 1. Destroy the bad guys like it's your job.
But yeah, I ended up having to be pulled out there, and I was not very pleased to say the least. And I don't even know if I got to thank you for doing it. I mean, I was going to have to do it anyway, but I would have at least appreciated having a little bit of thanks.
Yeah.
Especially considering I picked up someone else's shift that probably wouldn't have been there. So therefore, if I wasn't there, then they would have really been in deep shit. You know. But, So I saw you were playing Elden Ring the other day. How's that going for you?
Oh, it's fine. I beat the DLC. I've just been working on some stuff in the base game.
Oh yeah, so how's that new DLC? Was it Shadow of the Erdtree or something, right?
Yeah. It's fun. I did on New Game Plus 4, so difficult as fuck.
Hmm.
The final boss in it is, I think, starting to become considered the new hardest boss in the entire game.
Really?
Even harder than Millennia, so...
Hmm.
I don't know if I'd go that far, but it's hard for me to tell because it's, like I said, New Game Plus 4.
Hmm.
Everything fucks me up.
Yeah. So would you recommend getting Elden Ring?
How do you handle frustration and rage? Are you the kind of
if I'm
person...
What do you
let me
say?
put it this way. Are you the kind of person that, like, when you, like, are playing a game and you, like, hit a brick wall in the game, you can't make progress, you're just, like, getting fucked up and whatever, and it becomes frustrating to the point maybe where you even get pissed?
Hmm.
Is your goal to, like, would you typically quit the game, never go back to it? Would you, like, take a break from it and then resume later? Would you just, like, chug through it and deal with it? And, like, what kind of person are
am
you
I?
when it comes to that?
Well, I probably pushed to the point where I'd lose my shit. Then after that, probably what is it? Probably take a break from the game.
Mm-hmm.
And that's dependent on how angry I get on it and how unsatisfied I am with it, you know. And then trying to think what else. Hopefully I don't break anything. I haven't broken anything yet as of late, but yeah. So I don't know if that's much of an answer for you, but
yeah, no, I mean,
I know that those games are just. I know that those games are just stupid hard. I mean, you know.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's a Souls-like. They're meant to be very challenging, but I'll say that. I mean, Elden Ring is a fantastic game, and Shadow of the Erdtree is a great DLC. It's just like, are you, like, can you handle dying to the same boss like 100 times? No exaggeration, literally like 100 times.
Well, to be frank, I view it no differently than being killed by the same player in a multiplayer lobby several times over at this point, you know. But at least the difference between that one boss versus the multiplayer person is the fact that the one boss is predictable. The multiplayer person is not. So, at least, you know, that's, I guess, kind of a positive way of looking at it, question mark? I don't know.
Kill those yahoos. Reloading.
So, have you played any of the other Souls games? I don't recall seeing you play them
No.
before. Okay.
Absolutely not. Here's the thing, Elden Ring is a game, because it's open world, you can pretty much make it as hard as you want it to be, or as easy as you want it to be.
Hmm.
Just depends on your build and how you use it.
Hmm. So what other games have you been playing as late? I saw you were playing Sea of Thieves or whatnot, which I ended up picking it up to play with some of my other people from work, but that hasn't really taken off the ground yet, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So I suppose if you're playing it sometime, you know, let me know, and I'd be more than happy to play it, considering I spent like $34 something on the game.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I guess kind of my main games as of late have been Elden Ring, Sea of Thieves, Dabbling, and Destiny 2.
You never had any of the Battlefields or anything like that?
I have Battlefield 5 and 2042. Technically, I have 1 as well. I
What do you
played
mean,
5
technically,
a lot. I mean, I own it. I just haven't really played much of it. I probably
okay.
have like an hour or 2 on the game. I played 5 a shit ton, and I played 2042 a bit. I do not have it right now. Downloaded, that is.
But, let me see. What is it? What am I trying to think of? To be honest, I think you got some of the worst Battlefield games that they've made.
I hear 4 is good.
4 is probably one of the last good ones they made, and 4 is probably the best one they made. So,
yeah, I kind of have gotten that sentiment.
I'm sure because you've seen what 2042 is like, you've probably experienced it, and then of course you've seen how Battlefield 5 is. Feels like you're shooting nothing but BBs. I swear they don't kill anyone unless you sit there and you shoot them in their eyes or something. I mean, really.
That's why I like snipers.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that those are very powerful. Hopefully.
Somewhat.
But I think initially, whenever the game launched, the snipers they screwed the snipers and the medics for that game on launch because the medics were stuck using SMGs that couldn't hit worth a shit. All those SMGs were shit. You couldn't hit at range or anything like that. Unlike in previous Battlefield games, you know. And then the snipers apparently were struggling too, because apparently you couldn't get like one-hit kills or something like that, or you had to be like really precise. You had to only go for headshots or something, you know. Which, you know, asking someone like me where I can land body shots decently enough, but headshots are like, you know, that's a up to chance kind of thing. You know, that's rolling the dice and then hoping that I hit them right there, because otherwise they just walk away, you know, from it or whatnot. It's like, well, that not only did I lose a bullet, but now they know where I'm at, and I'm probably gonna fucking die, and I didn't get a kill anyway, you know. So, but if you get 4, try and get the premium edition or whatnot with it, because you'll get access to all the DLC and the weapons and stuff like that. And the last DLC they released has a bunch of futuristic stuff like a railgun that you can pick up out in the battlefield. You've also got, what else? Hover tanks and stuff like that that can actually go side to side rather than, you know, your traditional tanks that have to kind of spin around and everything like that. A lot of really interesting stuff in that last DLC, and of course they've got some other interesting things in some of the others.
Team deathmatch.
But,
The fun
yeah.
never stops once the shooting starts. 3, 2, 1. Mow down our foe.
And one game mode that I actually played the other night and thought it was pretty cool was the, what was it? Carrier Assault is what it's called, where basically you have to capture and hold missile sites on the map, and make sure they stay allied to your team or whatnot, and then so that way the missile sites start launching rockets towards the enemy carrier, which once either your team's carrier or the enemy carrier gets below like 50% of the health, it cracks open, which allows you guys to board onto the carriers and start planting bombs inside the carriers. And then whoever detonates both bombs on one carrier, then that's who wins or whatnot, so. Which apparently that was, what was it? A throwback to another futuristic game that was actually good, not like 2042, but what 2042 was kind of based off of, question mark. What was it, like Battlefield 2049 or something like that was what it was, or something? You know, it was something like Future Warfare or something, where they had a bunch of, you know, like mechs and stuff like that you could walk around in and crush people and all that good stuff, you know. But yeah, it's unfortunate that you ended up joining the party towards the tail end where basically they already killed Battlefield. What COD games did you have, Shadow?
Black Ops 3, 4, and original. So I guess you never got Modern Warfare 2019 or anything like that? I do have the first Modern Warfare, that they came out with.
You're talking about the new ones, or are you talking about like the remastered?
Yeah, the new ones.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, like the new, like Modern Warfare 2019 with like Warzone, that kind of stuff.
To be honest, I did buy that game, but whenever they said that you can delete data packs and then come back and download them whenever you wanted to play the game and the game would work just fine, turns out that was a lie, and all the money that I've spent on buying bundles and whatnot on that game, and, you know, actually buying the game itself, the game didn't work after that. So I couldn't play it, I couldn't access any of my stuff, and then, lo and behold, I haven't bought another COD game since because they fucked me over. And I wasn't going to call Activision support and ask them to fix the shit that shouldn't have happened in the first place. Because when you say that I can get rid of it and it shouldn't have any downside, you know, it shouldn't affect me or, you know, affect my ability to play, and then it does, that's a fucking lie. I don't know if you had problems like that, hopefully not, but I haven't bought another COD game since, and I probably won't. So I'm trying to think, what other games do you have as of right now that we could probably play together? You still got Minecraft? Or Gloria?
I do. Not both.
You still play them a lot, or I assume Minecraft probably not
Not
so much.
really.
What do you? Well, I guess I already asked you what do you play most days, which is Elden Ring and I guess Sea of Thieves at this point, right? Oh, so just me, but I tried looking for Hafir's account or whatnot, and I cannot seem to find it on my friends list. Did he? I know you guys changed your name to like all the Taken stuff, but I can only find you.
Yeah, his
Ironically,
is a bit
I still
different.
have Taken Beast on my friends list, but he hasn't been online in like 2 years or something like that.
Half a decade, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I should. Yeah. Actually, I'd have to look again to check when that was actually half a decade. But yeah. I was looking at that. I was like, huh. I thought I got rid of him, but I guess not. Huh. Yeah. I tried to look at what was it? I was able to look at his games. That's how I was able to know how long, because you know, PlayStation only says hasn't been online in over a year or whatnot. But that's whenever you have to look at the games or whatnot if you're able to and see what was their last played game and how long ago it was they played it. But I don't think I was able to see any of his friends, and I could not see any shared content because he had it hidden or whatnot. So. Gun didn't shoot. I pulled the trigger and gun did not shoot. But, it was Beast was the one that was always, being a dick to you, right? If I remember correctly.
Changing mates!
This is gonna be anyone's game right to the end. Look out! Enemy spy doing that see-through walls thing again. You'd have won if you just put in the work.
So actually, quick question for you, Shadow. You still live with your folks, or?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, as far as I'm aware, most people, you know, still do that or whatnot. Well, makes it sound bad. What I mean is, you know, that's usually what people are doing when they're, you know, transitioning between, you know, high school to college or whatnot, you know. Unless, you know, you're going off to, like, you know, unless you live in, like, I don't know, Indiana, and then you move all the way down to Georgia, then obviously you can't stay at home and go all the way to Georgia, you know. That just doesn't work, but, you know what I mean. So, do you have any idea what you want to do? Shadow, quick question for you. You got
Mm-hmm.
Discord?
Yes.
Could you send me your Discord stuff through like PlayStation messages? Oh gosh.
Bless you.
Oh, thank you. Must be the pool. Um, all right. Some other buddies that I promised to play with are on Discord because we're not all on PlayStation. One of us is on PC.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you want me to add you to that chat, or you don't really feel like talking or whatnot? Because I know you said you're kind of tired or whatnot. So I don't
Yeah,
want to
no,
keep you up.
that's...
You don't want to be up.
Yeah, no. That's fine. You go ahead, have a
Okay.
good time. Then I'll probably head to bed because, yeah, no, like, as you can tell with my long strains of not talking, I am
Yeah.
fucking beat.
Yeah.
I'm laying down better now, and, like, those strains of me not talking are me, like, halfway passed out, and
Passing
then
out. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
hear the Shadow, you still there? I'm like, oh, yep, I'm right here.
I figured as much, but I was like, "Huh, that's kind of awkward." I don't know what to say. Hey, man, you falling asleep on me? You know?
Yeah, no, yeah, I get it.
But
If it was my friends, they'd be like, wake the fuck up.
yeah.
Be like, son of a bitch, we're only 2 hours into the grind, you got more than
Yeah. You gonna be on tomorrow?
Sunday.
I don't know what your work schedule is, so.
Yeah, no, I don't work well, I absolutely don't work Sunday. They could make us work Saturday if we're behind, but I do not. I don't have work tomorrow. I'll be on. I just don't know what my tomorrow looks like because I also kind of want to clean my room up a bit because it's a fucking mess. I need to do laundry, so might have some things to do tomorrow, but I'm sure I'll be on at some point.
Oh, well, I mean, just shoot me a message or whatnot.
It happens 7 C's.
No, yeah, right, yeah. And I guess tomorrow, if you're on or whatnot, I'll try and ask for your Discord information there instead of, trying to ask you while you're half asleep or whatnot.
Appreciate it.
To be frank, the only reason why I'm not in the same state as you is the fact that I've been waiting all day to get back on, and get on with
That's
my friends
fair.
and everything like that.
Yeah,
The sun has burned me, taking the life out of me, but I'm still gonna fight and sleep. Yeah.
Oh no, I know that feeling. Like you work all week or all day, and the one thing you want to do is like, God forbid if I do nothing before I have to go back and do it again.
Yeah, exactly. Luckily though, I've got a pretty easy week next week, and then I'll be going to the game convention next weekend. So all is good there.
Nice.
Or I don't know if I've told you about that. I'm going to a game convention near St. Louis or whatnot. A little ways away from St. Louis. They call it MoCon or whatnot, Missouri Game Con. So I'm hoping to get some sweet deals, and I'm going to take a lot of cash with me. Really would suck if I got mugged, though.
That would indeed suck.
But, I don't know, I've heard St. Louis ain't exactly the safest place, but you never know. But I shouldn't keep you any longer, so I'll see you around. And, I guess one last question before I go. I probably am going to take pictures of all the weird shit and stuff like that I find while I'm at the convention. You want me to try and send it to you through PlayStation or whatnot?
I mean, if you want to, yeah, sure.
Okay. Alrighty, well, I'll catch you around. Get
see
some
you,
shut-eye or whatnot.
Yeah, appreciate it. Have a good one.
Yeah. Hello. So I was talking to someone that I had recently reconnected with. I was friends with this person long before I was friends with Colby or anyone else like you, or I think even Blitz. I think even before Blitz, I was friends with this person. And the last time that I talked to him was like 5 years ago or whatnot, you know, and that was like kind of offhand or whatnot, you know. I never actually got into a party chat with him, but I finally managed to get into a party chat with him, what, sometime last week or whatnot, and me and him caught up on like 5 years of not talking to each other or more. So, oh no, I didn't have, okay, we were all part of a bigger, you know, group, just like how we were all, like, we were, I guess Big Dick Energy is basically dead now, you know, because everyone's kind of split apart, and it's just me, you, and Blitz, and Stuart, and a handful of other people every now and then. But, what is it, I was part of another group before then that was like, me, Shadow was the guy I was talking to just a few moments ago before I came over here, and some other people or whatnot back then that I knew from even further before that group. But that group, one person joined and it ended up kind of falling apart because the one guy kept, like, how to put this, just being a dick, just being a general dick, you know, dicking around, and especially being a dick to Shadow. And like the one time that I'm sure I said things about it before, but the one time that I really was like, okay, hey, you know, what the fuck's going on, you know, stop doing this shit to Shadow. I mean, that's you know, it's not right, come on, man, you know. Obviously I'm sure he doesn't, you know, necessarily like being called a piece of shit 100 times over in a day. And then that guy started going after me, and I was like, okay, whatever the fuck you want to do, go ahead, because I'm gonna, you know, I'm just fucking done. And the thing about that guy is he'd sucker up to the one that basically was the leader of our group, and then it would be made all good or whatnot because the leader would kind of tell Shadow to just kind of shut the fuck up, and Shadow would be like, all right, fine, you know, whatever. Not exactly always like that, but sometimes there was a few times that was, you know, kind of like that, and I was like, that's kind of bullshit, you know, it's kind of bullshit. And then after a while, I just got tired of messing with them. They kept playing like Siege, Fortnite, games that I wasn't playing, so I was like, ah, fuck it, you know, I just gone. And so then I eventually ran into Blitz, and then eventually you fuckers, so, you know. What? Anyway, but yeah, that's the whole lore or whatnot behind all that. So, oh yeah, and of course, you know, I thought he was the original person that I originally met playing Minecraft that had, you know, was the leader of that group later after he had brought all these, you know, all of us together or whatnot. But he wasn't. It was another guy that I knew, you know, another guy that I was really close with in the group or whatnot, because me and him both had the same issue, quote unquote, where we had really deep voices and everyone thought we were like 40-year-old smokers whenever we're still in like the middle of high school and stuff like that. So yeah, that was you know, it was like, this is how we bond. We have the really deep voices. Yes, you know, really deep voice squad.